Hi, and welcome to XtraTalk. It's been a while. Today with PapiMento.
What's up?
How are you?
Guys? Yeah, good, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So we're going to cover some Ajax topics today. I got some for you. Are you ready?
Yeah, man. Go
All
for
right.
it.
Let's just start with the Ajax kit, the away kit.
Yeah.
It was revealed, I think, 1.5 weeks ago. And, well, actually, it leaked first, and then it was revealed officially. What do you think of the Ajax kit?
I'm kind of neutral, to be honest. I don't find it the best, but also not appalling. You know, I don't like the faded on the shirt, the faded team or whatever it is. It looks kind of grayish blue. I don't know. It's not really my style, but I'm definitely going to buy it because it's an Ajax shirt. I need to have it. So,
but it sounds like to me you don't really like it.
It's not my favorite shirt of Ajax. No, actually, there was this one where it was dark with orange color in between, or something very light. That's the Ajax kit I really like. This one is okay. Not really my favorite.
Okay. And what do you think of the whole combination? The shirt and the shorts and the socks? Some people were a bit surprised about that because they thought that the kit, the shirt would be the same color more or less as the socks and as the
pants and stuff.
Yeah, the shorts.
For me, the shirt is not great, but I like the shorts and the socks for it.
So you would rather have it dark blue?
Yeah.
Okay. So actually, you like the shorts and the socks more than you like the shirt.
Yeah.
All right.
Exactly.
But you're buying one.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
It's Ajax, man. We got it.
I honestly do like it. It took some time for me to get used to it.
But your first reaction was not you like it.
Actually, my first reaction was that I thought it looked like a pajama.
Yeah.
Because I only saw a close up of the shirt when it was leaked, and I was like, this looks like a pajama to me. But then when you see it also helped that you saw the shirt, the whole thing, and afterwards you also saw at that particular day when it was revealed, you saw the players like Van de Beek and everyone wearing it, and I was like, oh no, it's okay, it's growing on me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's growing on me too. But the first moment I saw it, I wasn't like, wow, I have to have it. Amazing, what a design. No, I didn't have it.
But it does look, I like the fact that it is differentiated from other teams. It is somehow, like authentic.
Yeah.
Right?
Authentic still has to be beautiful and nice.
Okay. It's a matter of taste, of course.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. Let's move on to something else this week, which was revealed. Huntelaar.
Yeah.
We were waiting for the news to come. Will Huntelaar stay with Ajax? Will Huntelaar leave? There were also rumors about him going to Heerenveen maybe. And what we knew is that if Huntelaar would stay another year, he would have to accept having less play time. He would play, but becoming more like an experienced striker, a super sub kind of player, and also bringing a mentor role to the youngsters. Now, I know, and we know from We Talk Ajax, the ones that are watching us for a while, we know what your opinion is on Huntelaar.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to know from your point of view, do you understand that Ajax gave him an extension for a year?
No.
All right.
No, because I think he was second choice striker last year. He started out okay. And during the season, the quality and the Huntelaar from beginning of the season wasn't there anymore. We struggled in January. Where he had to play because we had a lot of injuries. I didn't see him do much, to be honest. So, never been a big fan of Huntelaar. He was useful the last couple of years that we had him. I think now another extra year, if he's third striker, okay. But if it's going to be taking away chances from Brobbey or Traoré, then I find it a very bad decision. He can be very good in the dressing room. Let him be good in the dressing room and be on the bench, but don't play anymore because we need youth to grow and get Ajax back to a good level. Like we lost a lot of players of amazing quality. So,
well, we know we lost Ziyech right now.
Ziyech, but I think Donny will leave. I think Tagliafico will still leave. Dest also wants to leave. So. It's going to be a new team.
But you could argue that because of those players leaving,
Onana as well
might leave. We don't know yet. At this point, we don't know if they're leaving, but we know that they want to leave if there's a good club coming in, etc.
Mm-hmm.
So coming back to the argumentation, the one you brought about Huntelaar, I just want to know some things from you. First of all, we know, as I said, that Huntelaar were accepted to have less playtime this year. So we know that he will play less than this season.
Yeah.
And that means that automatically we would expect, because Ajax has, of course, a very busy schedule. They will play Europe, they will play the Cup, they will play the League. So what will happen is that there will be chances for Traoré and perhaps also for Brobbey to smell a little bit, the first team, etc., etc.
Yeah, but Brobbey maybe should be able to smell the first team. I find Traoré should be second choice now.
After Tadic.
After last year and how he played, he should get his chance now.
Yeah, but then it comes down to the role that he has. Because you cannot ask from Traoré, who's, I think now 19 years of age, if we're playing against a team and it's 70th minute and we need to force something, and you look, who am I going to bring in? You're not going to bring in Traoré. You're going to bring in Huntelaar.
Why not? Tadic is not the typical number 9. So if you want to change tactics and change what's happening in the front, why not substitute him as a number 9? He's a real number 9, and Tadic is kind of a false number 9. So you would have 2 types. That would strengthen your squad, I would say.
But Huntelaar is also another breed of striker compared to those two, because he's the one that...
He's a finisher. Complete finisher.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you have to force something in the last 20 minutes, in that example. Then but I would understand that you put Huntelaar in, right?
But I see Traoré also being able to force things. Like,
how can you ask from somebody who's 19 years of age? Just wondering. How can you ask that from him? I don't think you can ask from a 19-year-old to force something in the last 20 minutes.
Because he's young. Because you have to give it all, and you have to be in the positions that you need to be to score the goals. And to be honest, Huntelaar, I don't think if he will really showcase his skill and experience.
So basically,
I don't think he can continue with Ajax in the same level.
So you're questioning the added value, basically, in general of Huntelaar, even in the position of being somebody who can be brought in the last few minutes to force something. You question that, basically.
Of course, I question that, because if you're going to put him in, you're taking away from the youth, and I think the youth can add additional value, and we haven't seen them play that much because we have older players that are getting more time from Ten Hag than the younger players.
Okay, but then again, look, when you go back to the situation, I know it has been now 1.5 years ago. We also had the position in which Dolberg was competing with Huntelaar, right? And we all thought like Dolberg is very good because we all remember him from the Bos era. But at the end of the day, Huntelaar showed and delivered, and Dolberg did not. And you cannot argue that Dolberg did not have his chances because he played a couple of games.
But under Bos, the strategy was different than under Ten Hag.
Of course.
It made Dolberg have a little bit more room to score goals. With Ten Hag, it's mostly from the side, so it's very crowded in the center. I think Huntelaar is a better striker in that way of playing. Yeah, because he doesn't need a lot of room in the box to score. We all know that.
Okay, but then we come to.
But how many did he score though? This last season, how many did he score? Seriously,
Huntelaar was in the first couple of months was crucial to
exactly. He was playing a lot in the couple of first months,
but also he made sure that we qualified for the Championsleague.
But after the season got halfway, it just went down. You didn't see him score anymore. You didn't see him creating anymore.
But overall, the level of play of Ajax went down as well. You have to also put that into consideration.
And that's my biggest problem with Huntelaar. It's not somebody that can create something if the team is not working. He needs his team to be giving the proper passes for him to score. If the team is not working, he's not the player that's going to fight for every ball, run after every ball, so he can maybe get an opportunity in front of goal.
And you think Traoré will do more of that?
He has the legs. He's young.
Okay.
He will.
All right. You expect more from Traoré.
Exactly. And he wants to prove himself.
All right.
That's a big motivator.
I'm not sure I agree with you, but I understand what you're saying. So we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, but you don't agree with me because you think Huntelaar is a good player.
I think he
But
adds,
you're not valuing him at his age. You're valuing him as what he can be.
No, I'm valuing Huntelaar to what he brings to the team, which is different from what Traoré or Tadic bring to the team. And I think he can be of added value because he's a finisher. He just need 1 or 2 chances and he kills the game for Ajax, you know?
That was maybe
And that's what we need.
That was maybe when he was top fit. But
you
I didn't
question
see that
in the last few
killer
months.
mentality last year. Let's say.
Okay, and then my argument would be that I think also because of the injuries, Ajax was going through a rough period around the winter break. It started November, then it happened again in February. I thought the level of play of Ajax in general went down.
Yeah. So we're lucky that we still got a ticket for Champions League.
Exactly. And you know that this will be our next topic, by the way. You're a bit quick. But the number 9 position is also a position you're dependent on the level of play of the other teams. So if the team is not playing well, you won't have your chances. You know, and that's what I'm saying. Again, I do understand what you're saying because I think that Huntelaar is not the same Huntelaar as a few years ago. However, I do think that he brings something that Traoré doesn't bring.
Yeah, I understand that. But you have to also understand that Ajax will not always be the one on the half of the opponent. Ajax will have games in which they have to defend and you need counters. Huntelaar is not that counter player. Tadic cannot fulfill that role. So it would be Brobbey or Traoré.
Yeah, no, I understand. All right. Moving on to the other topic that we will discuss today. Final topic as well, just to cover this extra talk. The last few days, let me start from the beginning. Mm-hmm. So it's about AZ basically, and it's about the Champions League ticket that was given to Ajax.
Exactly.
We know that the situation in the Eredivisie was that Ajax and AZ had both number 1 spot. Ajax had a better goal differential than AZ. The situation is that we know that when the competition, if it would have been completed, then we know that goal difference is also something that we look at if the points are the same. However, in this situation, the league has been broken off basically, and the KNVB, according to AZ, has said that okay, we're going to look at other criteria because we don't have. In our current rules or policies, we don't have what will happen if a league is not finished. We don't have something written, what we look at, etc. So AZ was hopeful, basically, that they will look at different things. And I think they were hopeful that they will look at because AZ won 2 games against Ajax this season. So they would think like, you know what, we have a better result against Ajax between the 2 games. However, that's not what KNVB at the end went for. They went again for the goal differential. So Ajax got the ticket. Now, AZ is still complaining, and still it's hard for them to accept that. Mm-hmm. And they also went to the UEFA a couple of weeks ago. The UEFA said, no, we stick to what the Dutch National Association, the KNVB, says. And the KNVB said, we're not going to change anything. And still, yesterday, the day before, the coach of AZ came back to that. The players, Stengs and Boadu, also said that it doesn't feel like it's fair because we think that we were better this season, and it showed because we won against Ajax twice. No, I mean, I'm just saying it.
Yeah, I know. This is what they said. I know, but it makes me laugh.
Okay, so I want just a reaction from you on this one.
It makes me laugh in the sense of, okay, it was a year of AZ in which they did great in the league. Europa League, not so great.
No, but let's stick to the league.
No, I cannot just look at the league because the league now is not the form and the fitness AZ will be after the summer. Okay, so I have to look at the whole picture. The whole picture is AZ had a great season, but Ajax was playing on 3 different fronts. Okay, Cup, League, and first Champions League, then Europa League.
Well, the Cup at the end, not anymore because they were out. But
yeah, they were out, but they stayed along. Like till January, they were still in, right?
They lost to Xtra.
Exactly. So Ajax had the busiest schedule of all the clubs. Okay, PSV had a really bad season. So for them to get that high was also that PSV wasn't a competitor this year.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
My issue is, maybe they could have won the league, which I doubt because Ajax finished Europa League. They didn't have 2 games in 1 week anymore. So from there on out, I don't think they would have lost any points anymore.
Yeah, but it's, again, this is all speculation. We don't know that.
Exactly.
So look at the facts that we have.
Then I will look at what did Ajax bring for the Netherlands in Champions League ticket points, etc., to increase our value in those leagues. Okay, if I look at Ajax, they're the one the last couple of years that brought in the points. If I look at AZ, if I look at PSV, I'm disappointed. We should be having more Champions League tickets, and if they start getting those points, then I don't mind them also going for the Champions League. But they're complaining about Champions League. We all know they're not going to be able to hold on to that level. So they're going to be number 3 or maybe not even play Europa League at all. Ajax is just a club that knows how to play the Champions League. And I believe they can bring a much higher level than AZ ever could.
I understand that. But from a KNVB perspective, I mean, purely when you have to decide something on this, you cannot tell them that. You cannot say, oh no, you know what? Ajax brought most points in the Europe.
What? No.
Hold on.
Yeah, okay.
Ajax brought most points for Europe, you know? So we are going with Ajax. That's basically what you're saying.
No, I said it. I'm saying that it has several aspects to look at. Ajax was the busiest
it's not a valid argument.
Why not?
It's not a valid argument because it's not. I mean, every team, depending on how they do Europe-wise, Cup-wise, they struggle in the league. That's not a valid argument, in my opinion. I understand what you're saying, but you cannot argue. You cannot argue from a Dutch National Association in which you have to come with a decision on this. Say, you know what? No, Ajax is competing on 3 fronts. They brought most points in Europe, so basically we're going with Ajax on this one. I understand.
Why is that weird? They have to maintain our level of play in Europe, right? They're responsible for us to get more Champions League ticket and to grow the competition into a more competitive kind of.
But at the end of the day, AZ had the same amount of points as Ajax. So we're looking at facts again. Okay, how they got there and why they got there. I understand that you're saying that, but I want to know from your perspective.
Okay, let's try to say it in a different way. We have Stengs and Boadu, which are the best players in AZ at the moment. I don't believe they're going to stay at AZ. So next year, you're going to have an AZ that's going to go Champions League if they get that ticket with a team that you don't even know that will be capable of holding its own in the Champions League.
So I think what you're trying to say, correct me if I'm wrong, what you're trying to say is, considering the situation which we had this season, considering there is no clear precedent on this, how to deal with this, I think AZ should not complain about this because AZ, first of all, I believe they still have a chance to qualify for Champions League. Second of all, they should be, let me say, maybe going too blunt now, thankful that they have the opportunity to play for Champions League because of Ajax being one of the most successful Dutch clubs in the recent years and gathering a lot of points.
Exactly.
And thirdly, even though they don't agree, looking at the goal difference is still a way of looking at it.
Yeah, correct.
So basically what I think, this is my opinion, I think that they're having a hard time because they had such a good season to accept the fact that it was given to Ajax.
But it's not like they cannot achieve Champions League. They can still achieve it. They just have to play more games like Ajax did last year. So go for it. Show us that you're capable of Champions League because I'm not convinced.
All right. So basically you think this whole discussion argument is because you laughed, of course, when I started this discussion.
Of course I laughed.
But why?
Because AZ is looking from a personal kind of perspective. And I'm looking from not only because I'm an Ajax fan, I'm looking, no, Ajax should go. No, I'm looking at the picture, the helicopter view of what is better for Dutch football.
Yeah, but AZ will not, they don't care about what's better for Dutch football. Exactly. They care what's best for them.
So I understand their sentiment, but I don't agree that it should go to them.
Okay, last question about this, and then we will wrap up. Let's say it was the other way around. Let's say AZ was number 1, Ajax was also number 1, but AZ had a better goal difference, and they would have given it to AZ. Would you have accepted that?
Yeah, I would accept that because I know Ajax would qualify. Would qualify in the rounds to go Champions League.
Okay, but
so
would it have been fair? Would you have accepted it as fair?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you have no problems with how the Dutch National Association dealt with it.
Somebody will only cry about it if they're not sure they can qualify for the Champions League. Okay? They cried about it, so they're scared.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for giving your opinions.
Anytime.
Guys, thank you for watching. Subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Twitter, and we'll see you next time.